Hello everybody! Welcome back to another episode Kuzil Technologies today. I know yesterday I uploaded a Kuzil Technologies. But what I want to work on on the farm is not ready yet. So I'm gonna put out another technologies video. Alright, so today we are going to triple the ingots we get from a single piece of ore. So yesterday we doubled them. We used actually for the past 2 days, past 2 episodes, we used the whatever that's called over there. I keep enrichment chamber, there it is, and the energized smelter to duplicate our ores. So I say duplicate, I mean double our ores. Double the ingots we get from our ores, double our yield. There we go. Today we're going to triple that. So stay tuned. Enjoy the show. Alright, I will put a link in the description below of the chart that I use for following what goes where. The maker of this mod put together a tier list of how to triple, quadruple, and even quintuple ore from his mod. So we're going to use that. Okay, the next thing we're going to need to make 4 items today. So the crusher, purification chamber, electrolytic separator, and an electric pump. You haven't seen any of these things yet, unless of course you're the viewer of mine who only plays with this mod, then you know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so let's get some stuff cooking up here. So I'm going to need 2 osmium here, 3 osmium in total. I'm just going to double that, and then we are going to need some iron. So 4 pieces of iron, 2 buckets. So that's 10 pieces of iron. And I know that I'm duplicating these, right? These are being doubled, so I'm not really actually making 10, I'm making 20. I get that. Once we can start tripling our ore, it's going to be a lot easier for us to make something that can collect our resources a little bit easier. This should be draining pretty quick, because we're using 2 of these at the same time. I love that sound, actually. Wait till we get the next thing going. This crusher, it's kerchank, 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 over and over and over again. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Let's get some redstone, and let's make ourselves a couple of circuits. And then we've got 3 pieces of iron. We could make charcoal. I thought we had a lot of charcoal. We do. Okay, here comes the iron. Great. Those are the 4 pieces I need. Once this is done, we can get this going. Now we got 3 machines running. We might actually need this generator here. Look at that power drop. I'll put 5 in. Help boost it up a little bit. So eventually we're going to get this to where we get the energy upgrades, the energy efficiency upgrades on here, and we can not have this issue. Of course, another generator would be very, very helpful. Or just running one machine at a time would be a good idea too. So this is going up, this is going down, and this is empty. This isn't running at all. Alright, let's toss some more power in here. That should help a lot. Once this is full, This should start running like normal and gain a little power. There we go. Because this is generating, how much is this generating? Oh, this is generating 30. Awesome. Okay. That is good to know. I was like, we're gaining, and 2 machines are running with 2 generators. I thought maybe both of them were 20. Okay, here's our steel dust once this is cooked. Actually, let's swap that out, as it doesn't cost us any more to just swap it out. So we'll get our steel here. We've got our circuits. And we need our buckets, so let's get 6 of these. And some redstone, yeah. Get our crusher going. So this isn't too bad. Once you remember what, you know, we're going to definitely automate all of this because this is the pits, actually. Grab a piece of osmium and then some redstone. Grab some glass. And make ourselves a crusher. Oh, let's get the lava buckets. Now I'm trying to remember. I think there was lava pretty close to me on the upside, on the overworld. Just a little bit, I want to say north. Whatever direction this is. West. So we'll go grab a couple buckets of lava over here. So, run over here. I like that I'm not using Spice of Life. I did really like it in the farming mod pack. It does not seem to fit in this one. So I'm really glad I don't have it. And it's been making life a little bit easier. Also, having only 3 tools has been kind of nice too. I use pickaxe for mining stuff, obviously, and then the matic here for chopping down trees and digging dirt, so it's good. Extra utility, actually additions has something called a pickaxle, which is a pickaxe, axe, and shovel. And I thought about making that, but I kind of want to stick with these for now, and then we're going to go straight into like machines for tools, and that's going to be pretty cool because I would like that a lot. Oh no, redstone goes here. There we go. All right, we got our crusher. Let's dump that in there. Now this crusher doesn't do much by itself, right? It's got to have clumps that go into it, and we don't have clumps. It does take, like, for example, do I have any plant matter? I do. So if I took plant matter and stuck that in here, you see what I mean about the Kerchank? Yeah. And it will make this stuff called biofuel. Now there is a Mekanism generator called the biogenerator, which is what I'm going to go into next. And it's going to be run off of biofuel, and there's a really easy way to feed it, and it produces let's see, 6, no, that doesn't tell me how much it produces per tick, but anyway, I think it's 40. I think it's better than these two, so we're definitely going to be running into that. I know how much you like biofuel. I really like biofuel too. Okay, we'll stick these back in here, and we're going to grab the next thing on our list, which is the purification chamber. Now this is a little bit expensive, I think, for where we're at, but the end result is ore tripling. So we're going to get another enrichment chamber. So let's grab 2 of these, 4 of these. We almost need another metallurgic infuser. or 4. Or 5 or 6. I think eventually we're going to make 5 or 6, but not right here and not in this space. We want to definitely set up its own space for it. And in the meantime, I need to spend some time off camera. I haven't really had a lot of time the last couple of days. And today's kind of actually be kind of tight for stuff. So if you don't see videos, then just assume that I'm super busy in life and I wasn't able to get another video out. Also, just a heads up, coming out probably the day this video is released is that game I was talking about a couple days ago, that I'm probably going to be spending a little bit of time on. So yeah, that might also hinder videos. So anyway, then lastly, in January, I just got hired full-time at the hospital that I work at, and I'm going to be working evenings full-time. I also have, before this, I had like 6 different jobs, and all medical based, just trying to get some work in. And I had some obligations that rolled over from starting this week into February. So the month of January I'll be working my full-time job plus another job, plus potentially a third. So I'm probably only going to get like 2 days off every couple weeks. So that's going to be pretty stressful. So I may not record anything in January, just a heads up. Hopefully what I've uploaded you can go back and rewatch and enjoy. But yeah, might be a slim time there in January. Hopefully in February everything will kind of calm down and I can get back into a routine, and yeah, make some exciting videos again. Exciting, yes, I did say exciting because I think they're exciting. All right, we need some more osmium, so let's get some more osmium cooking down here. Well, I'm only want to make what I need. Okay. Come on, give me that last one. So this enrichment chamber. Okay, so 2 pieces of iron and 4 of these. Oh man, I might not have enough resources. I might be close. It might be really, really close. We'll see. See how it goes. Okay, now we surround this with 2 pieces of osmium and then 4 enriched alloy, and then these things called advanced control circuits, which are going to take 2 enriched alloys apiece and 2 basic control circuits. So I will need another osmium made, please. And then I'm going to need 8 pieces of iron. So let's get another piece of iron up and running. And the power that we have to run this 3-tiered system is going to be woefully underwhelming. So in the next episode, we'll get the biogenerator up and running, and that'll help. Maybe a second solar generator, and that should help let us run all. Let's see, it's going to be 6 machines to triple the output of the ore. Okay, so then let's put 8 of you in here. And 8 of you in there. And then we're going to need 2 more for this. The purification chamber goes there. And then 2 more pieces of osmium. This all gets expensive fairly quickly. And that doesn't generate very quick. Imagine if we were running this thing in a day-night cycle where this thing would be off half the time. That would suck. Like right now it would be off and we wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah, that would suck. Alright, we'll get this on either side. Man, that is slow. Okay, and these go here. Oh yeah, all of this is super slow now. In the future, this will be very fast, so pay attention to how slow it is. If you're not like rolling your eyes looking at something else, that kind of thing. Because yeah, because it is pretty slow. We'll be quicker later. All right, now let's cook this up, and then we'll make the advanced circuit, and that'll give us our purification chamber. Now while that's working, we should start working on the next machine, the electrolytic separator. The electrolytic separator is the most expensive machine we have. It takes 400 RF per tick to run, so we won't be able to run it for very long. Maybe one iteration. What it does is it takes water and separates it into oxygen and hydrogen, which is a very expensive, electrically expensive process. So maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit here on making this. In fact, all of these machines are probably a little bit expensive to run. That's okay. So that's going to be our setup right there for now. This is the ore tripler. Then this processes it down into dust or into whatever this makes. And then this turns it into dust for the smelter. So that's how that works. Now we're going to need something that turns the corner here. And that's going to be our... let's go back to Mekanism. That's going to be our logistic pipe. That's mechanical, pressurized, logistical transporter. So that's going to be a control circuit and steel? Really? Okay. So let's get some more steel and a control circuit. In the meantime, let's take a look at the recipe for the electrolytic separator. Okay, so that's going to be 4 pieces of iron on the outside, 2 enriched alloy, so that's 6 pieces of iron in total. Let's grab 3 of these. And let's make our steel. What did I grab this for? I'm going to need 2 of them, so I'm glad I have it. Actually, I'm going to need a couple more because of the enriched alloy. And then, so let's keep making that. These are going to be... What did I make those for? Oh, for the... Yeah. I need one of these. And one of these. So let's grab one more piece of redstone. Okay, that'll be for our logistical transporter. Alright, so then let's grab 2 pieces of iron. That'll be for our enriched alloy on the outsides. So let's put those here to kind of represent that. And then 1 piece of iron on the outside. That's cooking up our last piece there. Okay, now in the middle is this thing called the electrolytic core. So that is going to be 5 enriched alloy. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I've got another piece of iron in there. Yep. How's the power doing? Ooh, it's almost out. Do I have... let's try cooking down... I wonder if it'll take charcoal. I don't want to use all of it, so let's use all but 20. Oh, it will. Great. So that'll help run for a while. And once this is done, we can dump this in there and make those. And let's grab our 2 pieces of steel and make our piping here. There we go. And then we are definitely going to need the configurator pretty soon. I mentioned that in a couple episodes ago. In a couple episodes a couple days ago. I don't remember. something like that. Okay, so now this isn't connecting here, and you're going to say, why isn't this connecting? Well, let's take a look at the side configuration of the crusher here. So I mentioned a little bit ago that we're going to put the ore in here. It's going to be processed into this machine. It's going to then go into this machine, and this machine is already set up to go into that machine. So let's set this one up. We want the output to go to the left. And as soon as we turn this off, this disconnects, okay? We're going to turn this off, and this doesn't matter. Power's coming in the back. We could say that if we wanted to on all of these. We could just right-click and it go backwards to energy, because that's where power's coming in. But it doesn't matter, because it's going to connect no matter what. And on the right side of the block, we're going to want to bring the items in there. So we're going to auto-eject, because we want items that come out of here to go into the enrichment chamber. We want this to be as automated as possible. Okay, let's get these 5 cooking. Okay. And then over here, so we've got this block set up. Now over here we want the items, it doesn't matter where they come in, and they definitely don't come out the right side. And we're not going to really we are going to feed power, or feed the resources, but we're just going to set everything to off right now. So we want to output on the left side and auto eject. So that'll connect to this. Okay, so we have the set to auto output on the left side, which is going to be here, and it's going to come in, input on the right side to the crusher. That crusher is set up to output on the left. The enrichment chamber is set up to receive on the right, output on the left. Same thing here, input on the right, output on the left. Pretty easy. Okay. Now let's look at our enrichment, our electrolytic core here. We need 2 osmium dust, gold dust, and iron dust. So here's our gold dust. I made that a bit ago. Iron dust. Now we can either break down this, which I'm going to do, or we can take our iron and re-stick it back in the machine to break it down if we want. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over in here, and I'm going to turn this automatic eject off. That way it doesn't go into the smelter at all. It'll just sit in the output block on the blue square there, and I can just pick it up and take it out. If you keep the auto eject on, it's going to kick it over into the smelter and turn it into an ingot. You could go in there and grab it. Especially right now with it being as slow as it is, it's not that big of a deal. But later on in the future, we are going to have either a second enrichment chamber for that kind of thing, or we're going to need to turn it off because we're going to have speed upgrades in this thing, and it's going to be moving so quick that we wouldn't be able to grab it. It just wouldn't be possible. Okay, are these done? These are done. Awesome. Now let's go make this. Stick that in the middle, and here is our electrolytic separator. Now this thing is pretty cool. We're going to set it up to be, where's our power? Power's going to come in over like this, and we're going to set it up to where it is pointing this direction, I believe. No. How this sits is very important. Maybe we'll set it like that. There we go. That works. I think it's the left side where oxygen comes out, hydrogen on the right. I think. Okay, so this is filling up with power. And this is a massively powerful, like hungry machine. We're going to dig a hole here because that's where we're going to put our water. Okay. The last machine we want to make today is called the electric pump. This is Mekanism's water pump, which is amazing. I love it. And we're going to need the usual steel for the middle, 4 pieces of osmium, and 2 more pieces of iron, and a bucket. We've got a bucket. I've got the 2 pieces of iron. In fact, I probably don't need to make this, but let's see. Do we have any more coal? We might need a little bit more power. I'm gonna need to make a lot more charcoal off screen here. These poor machines, these poor generators are just, they don't know what to do with themselves. Okay, this guy needs power. And how are we gonna get power over here? I guess I'm gonna put the water over here then. And we'll just bring the power. Ooh, I don't have enough. Need to make some more universal cable. Yeah, we'll put the pump here, run water up to here, and then bring the... Yeah, that works. Okay. I just blazed through that kind of talking, but don't worry about it. I will explain it. Don't worry. You know me. I'll explain it. Okay, 2 pieces of iron. We'll grab 2 pieces of redstone, and we'll make our 2 enriched alloy here. We're also going to need 4 pieces of each of these for the steel. Once we get into ore tripling and we have the power to deal with that, we can start automating things and automating all of the systems. So like putting all of this in here, we're going to automate all of that with Mekanism. We'll do it with Mekanism. And so all of this right here, if we were running XNet from the McJitty mod list, we had the in the farming Kuzil Farms mod pack, and it was, I would say it probably took up about the same amount of space, probably. But once we get done, you'll be like, no, that was so much easier. This is not, this is easier, this is simpler, but it's not easier, I don't think. Let's grab a couple buckets. I suppose we need just one. I'm gonna grab some water from over here and put water in this hole, because that's where our pump's gonna be. How are we doing? Okay, let's keep enriching that. 3 osmium. I think it said we needed 4. Yep. Yeah. Okay, we have everything we need. We just need another universal cable. So that's going to be 2 more steel and redstone. So let's grab these. You're already making steel, so I don't mind dumping you in there. Okay, let's get this smelted down. Let's grab our, well, we can just grab our glass now, I guess. Doesn't matter. But this is going to give us something that, for those of you who was with the Kuzil Farms mod pack, this is going to give us some stuff that you've never seen before, right? So like you've never seen us be able to get 3 ingots from 1 piece of ore. That's really powerful. And then every time this can go up to 5. I can get 5 ingots in this mod pack from 1 piece of ore, and that's really powerful, but it's really, really expensive to get there. We will get there. That's going to be one of our first goals. Okay, here is our pump. Cool. So let's take this over here, and we're going to install this. I'm going to look at the power line that I want to put this on, and here, let me pick this back up. This piece here will go, it only has 1 doodad off the side here. And that goes wherever you're looking. So if I put it down and I'm looking this direction, it's going to be over there. So wherever I put this down, that's where the power is going to come in. If I were to take this away, you notice that is a green square. That is where power goes in. Okay, so if you're wanting to know, you're working with Mekanism, you're wanting to know what goes where, most of the time you can just take a look at the block, right? So this one might be a little bit more confusing. Since I told you what this machine does, you can almost guess that water would go in the front and or the back. I don't think it matters. And either oxygen or hydrogen is going to come out one of the sides because it's going to split. It's going to go in like this and then split. right, into those different things. So that's exactly what we're doing. So we're going to grab a, let's cook that back up. Actually, I probably need a couple more, don't I? Yeah. So we're going to grab some, we're going to grab some piping. Oh, man, where did that go? Let's see. I forget what it's called. Oh, mechanical pipe, of course. Okay, and that's just a bucket and some steel. So we have the steel here. We're making some more because we're going to need some more universal cable, and universal cable being the power cable right here. We made some logistical transporter. I don't know why they didn't call it logistical piping, or logistical cable, because mechanical cable. Oh, it's mechanical pipe. Interesting. He does logistical transporter, mechanical pipe, and universal cable. Interesting. Okay. Terminology here. And then thermodynamic conductor. Okay. So he does give the noun. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, let's grab these out of here. Grab our bucket and make the mechanical pipe. Let's see if I can keep those straight, now that I understand how he named them. Okay, and this is going to come this direction. And this is going to automatically run. Okay, and it's going to suck all the power that we have out all the way. Oh, it's the other way around. Okay, let's take you out before you get going too far. And we'll just take all you out because it's out the right side. Let's grab a bucket. And I kind of want to set this up to where it makes sense, right? If I set you here, that should work. Okay, so then that means I'm going to put the water here. Okay, the pump's going to go there, and the mechanical pipe is going to come in here. Now this is not consuming the water. This is just generating water based off of... So I think it'll pump up whatever it's looking at. So if it's looking at lava, it'll pump up lava, but I don't think it'll consume the lava. It might. But anyway, so this is filling up with hydrogen and oxygen, and we want the oxygen out of this. So there's some settings on this thing, and look at this thing putting 160 RF per tick. So I was wrong about the 400. Either way, we can't produce that much power. We don't have that much power. So this thing is running at the speed at which it's getting power, right? Which is 20 RF per tick. If I were to put some more stuff into here, then it would run a little bit faster. But there's some buttons here that I want to configure with you, and we want this over here. I'm just gonna left click, and it puts it to dump access. This side is for the hydrogen. This side is for the oxygen. What idle means is that when this oxygen is full, it will turn the machine off. So it's kind of a self-regulating machine, which is really handy. Dumping excess means that it will fill up, and while the machine is running, it will just not create hydrogen. I guess in a way, it's dumping the hydrogen into the air. Yeah, we're just straight up out of power. Out of all the power. So I may need to put some stuff in here. Will this burn wood? Let's find out. If I don't have to make charcoal, can I just toss wood in there? That would be awesome. I got lots of fuel around here. Great. So that's not nearly as efficient as it should be, but so what I want this to do is I want this to be set up just like this, actually. You can click this one more time and it will dump all. So it will just dump it all, and then idle, and then dumping excess. So we can use that hydrogen for something later on, so I'm just going to let it dump excess. That way we have some, and we'll be using the hydrogen for something else. So let's grab the, I think we have some more steel here. Steel dust, and yeah, I'm going to need to put some more power into this thing. Because we definitely do not have the power to run all of these machines. Should have thought of that before I started today, but that's okay. I wanted to get the ore tripling pretty bad, and we're going to need some more, even to finish that. So let's go chop down a couple trees. We may disconnect the electrolytic separator for a minute. Let's replant these. This is a good source of fuel for us. All right, and then we can let's disconnect the power here for a second and let that fill up. These are filling up. Yes. Something should be filling up. I broke it, guys. I broke it. That's okay. We'll dump some of this in here. Should help kickstart some stuff. There we go. It's alive. Put that universal cable here for now. We can at least ore double for a while. And then when we're ready to connect this up, we will. Okay, so let's actually make a bunch of... Man, that is just dead. Oh, that's why. It's like it's raining out here or something. You know, it's the sky's overcast. So we do lose... Oh, that's not going to be good. That's kind of why we ran out of power. I'm going to break here, work on some power. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so I found out what was going on. If it's raining in the overworld, it's like it's raining here. I didn't have any solar power at all. So I went and, luckily it was nighttime, so I just went through the portal, slept, came back, and let's make the rest of our logistical, universal cable here, because we're going to need a couple more. And then we are going to need one last type of pipe tubing, and that's to get the oxygen from the electrolytic separator to the purification chamber. So let's go over to our pipes, and we're going to look for pressurized tube, and this is going to move gases. So we're going to need 2 more pieces of steel and a piece of glass. So let's get that going. Oops, let's just do 1. And we'll grab 2 of these, stick them in there. And I have been kind of getting some charcoal here, just a little bit. We can just toss the eucalyptus in there and it'll be fine. We have tons of trees around us. I'm not really worried about losing. Actually, let's just do that as a preemptive here. And generate a little bit of RF. Next episode is going to be fantastic because we're going to be getting some good power set up with the biogenerator. We're going to need to make a second crusher and one that's dedicated for making the biofuel. And then we can turn a lot of these saplings that I just kind of left on the ground over here into biofuel for us, which will give us fuel for our heat generator and fuel for our biogenerator at the same time, which will be nice. Okay, so let's grab these, stick them in there, and let's make our steel. And now I could connect this all up here now if I wanted to. How are we doing on power here? That's going away fairly quickly. Let's go chop down another tree. I feel like... Is this broken? Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like that's full and it shouldn't be. Let's just fully repair it up. Can I reach? I can reach. Awesome. So yeah, we'll just grab all these eucalyptus. We'll just replant them as we get them. And then let's just go get a whole bunch here. And if it does something silly like that, we'll just leave it. That's fine. Replant it, it'll get up there eventually. There we go. Now we got, and it's broken again. Okay. That, it doesn't have a lot of durability, I'll give it that. Okay, we'll just dump all this in here. Give us a lot of power, a lot of juice. If we have a decent bank, this is 160,000. Well, let's go to RF. It's 64,000 RF as the bank here. So, and it looks like it's pulling, the power is pulling from here before it pulls from the solar generator. That's kind of a shame. I was kind of hoping they would work together instead of, you know, like let's say that this is pulling 20. It'd be nice if this one spent 10, this one spent 10. But that's not how it's coded, obviously. Okay, so we're going to grab, what was it? Pressurized tubing. Glass, just glass. Okay, cool. That's easy enough. Okay, so then we're going to run this over and down into there. Now that's going to pour oxygen into here, okay? So let's connect the power back up. Universal cable here. And that's going to quickly drain everything that we have, for sure. It will not be able to keep up. But as long as we've got power in these 4 machines, that's kind of what I'm mostly concerned about. Because I want us to see at least one iteration of this before I let you go. So see what I mean with all the cabling? We've got 4 different kinds of cables here. Power, items, gas, and water. With the exception of gas, we could have done all of that through one cable in XNet. There is another mod that we have. We do have XNet in this mod pack. There's another mod that has the ability to run all of this into one. It's the separate cables, but they can all take up the same block space, which is kind of nice. But this is pretty cool. I think this has got its own allure to it. I don't think the mod author should change it, actually, because I think it's interesting from an engineering standpoint. Like, my engineering mind wants to figure out how to do this in a very efficient way, you know. So this is actually pretty efficient. I don't know how this could have been a little bit any more efficient, but anyway, so let's grab a piece of iron and let's just watch this thing go through its iteration. So let's see, we've got everything set up. So this is going to spend oxygen and energy at the rate of 80 RF per tick. Okay, and that's going to make 3 of these items. We didn't actually 3 of these clumps. And this is going to spend 20 RF per tick to crush this down into iron dust. That iron dust is then going to get sent over. Why is that? Oh, we haven't set this up. Input. There we go. It's going to be sent over to the enrichment chamber to be purified into not dirty dust. And then that regular dust is going to be smelted into a regular piece of iron ingot. So this is still running even though there's nothing in it. That's weird. I've had that glitch before. And this is running slowly but surely. Let's dump some more eucalyptus. Into here. So as you can see, power is definitely like a huge need for Mekanism. But that's okay. I think once this gets up to full power, maybe that'll stop crushing, stop making that noise. Because we're actually done processing the iron, so these shouldn't be making these noises. If the noise is a problem for you, if this just feels loud, like there's a lot going on, we can put upgrades into this thing that quiet them down, and we will. yeah, sure enough. So when it got to full power, the machine stopped making all those extra noises. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, this episode here on the Kuzil Technologies. Today we actually accomplished quite a lot, and tomorrow we're going to make what we accomplished today even more useful. So we can start making lots and lots of things, and it's pretty exciting what's coming up. I hope you stay tuned for some more episodes. Until then, you guys take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.